chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Relax, 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 relax. Oh, relax, 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 relax. Oh, relax, 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 relax. Oh, relax, 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 relax. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
Somebody call for the queen.
Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On 1st and 10, Newton. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says, our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single-covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old-school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
They will go for it. Now Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. 31 yards there and a first down.
We could talk about bend but don't break all we want, but the defense now We're going to find out just how flexible and pliable they really are. Can they bounce back after that type of a run, that type of momentum against them, and find a way to slow down this offense?
Ready, blue 45, blue 45. Ace, ace. Run up.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And it is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Greg Olsen, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have taken the early lead. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
The pitch goes to Barkley, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Just beating the play clock is Newton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. This is Johnson. He's got it. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 50, Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
Set. 180. 20.
To throw is Newton. And escapes the sand. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Julius Peppers. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down.
Good. That's it. Back 80. 20. 20.
They're going to try and throw. And he's going to go down again. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
Slow. Ready. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one goes for 24 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Antonio Brown from 10 yards out. And the Bears will add on to their lead. So a tiptoe catch back in the end zone, so tough to do, but he made it look pretty easy.
Certainly did, and the back of the end zone is treated the same way as the sideline. You have to get your feet down in bounds for it to count as a catch. How about the backgrounds of some of these guys, though? Did they work on it? Maybe some of them were ballet, some dance, who knows?
Yeah, you and I were talking the other day. I remember one of my favorite kids shows growing up. I don't know that I want to name it, but guys like Lynn Swan, they used to be on there showing their ballet skill.
And you have to remember when they were kids and their parents would tell them to take the ballet classes, you know they were fighting them like crazy. But right now they're saying, thanks, Mom.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, Newton. Buying time to his left. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break.
Set. Ready to eat. Let's rock now. Gun. 20.
They'll try the air now with Newton. And this throw will be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's Ford.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
180. Do something.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty. Now Newton. And he can't get away. Newton can't escape the pressure, and it's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive... But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10.
Blue 45.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Slow. Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45. Move. Motion.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half.
Z.
On 1st down, Mahomes. Throw outside, completion to Rice. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Slow. Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Antonio Brown in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Bears will extend their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook, but even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. And here now the offense heading back out there. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked,
we now proceed to the start of the 2nd half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They built a good 1st half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice 1st half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes You got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90. Slow. Z.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. .46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And this will be taken at the 13. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Newton on 1st down. He dumps it off to Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain of 32 that time.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Back to throw, Newton. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 27. Throwing is Newton. Going for it all. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. Well, they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Man open left side is Brown. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Mahomes going to throw. And Olsen over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you're worried about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
Ready. Green, 90. Green, 90. Ace, ace.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Ready. Green, 39. Green.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Ready. Green, 90. Green, 90.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Left. Ace, ace.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Night Train Lane. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Now following the interception, here's Newton. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he'll take this back down inside the 20. That interception.